What's going on? This is Big G from G Riders, and welcome to another episode of Talking Rides. Today, I'm with my friend Chad here.
What's up? I'm Chad.
And we're going to talk about his stay. All right, Chad, what kind of car is this?
That's a 2000 Mustang GT.
GT, so that means VA, right?
Oh yeah, big American power.
Nice. Auto or manual?
5-speed manual, T45.
Perfect. All right, so what are some exterior mods you've done to it so far?
As far as exterior, nothing fancy. Just plastered up the wheels. You know, it's nothing crazy. They were originally chrome, and I just couldn't really do the chrome, so did some black. And then on the roof, yeah, I got the carbon fiber vinyl on the roof. So, buddy and I did that.
It looks really good.
Yeah, it came out pretty solid. It adds a whole new look to the car.
Yeah, it made it look super clean, that black on white look.
Yep, I dig it. And then of course I got my stickers. Gotta represent that Adidas life.
That Adidas life.
Yeah, 3-stripe life.
3-stripe life.
Oregon State Car Club. And then on the rear, I added some mud flaps. It makes it look a little bit wider when you're at a low angle, which is kind of nice. Then on the other side, representing Vicious Garage out of Portland. Check us out.
So what exactly is that?
It's a company that a few of my buddies and I are kind of putting together. We work on cars. We do custom work for people for an affordable price. We're based out of Portland, so you can check us out on Facebook, Instagram, all that stuff.
Nice. Okay,
yeah.
Cool. I'm going to have to check that out myself.
Yep, absolutely. Any custom work.
All right. Are there any performance upgrades that you've done?
As far as the motor goes, this actually is not the original motor that came in the car.
Uh-huh.
The shell has about 144,000 miles on it now, and the motor that came with the car, the original motor, had about 136 on it when it developed rod knock.
Oh.
So I ended up buying a motor off Craigslist that had 30,000 original miles on it, was sitting in a garage for years. It hadn't seized up, thankfully.
Nice.
Swapped it in, so it's basically about 40,000 original miles on the motor. So that's kind of cool. It's a brand new motor for the most part.
Nice.
And on top of that, I have a K&N intake as well as a Summit Racing coil packs.
Nice. All right, let's see this brand new engine.
It's brand new, but it doesn't really look brand new.
Okay.
It's got some wear on it. Yeah, 4.6 liter modular K&N intake over here. I love the pony on the
that's
throttle
pretty
body.
cool.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty clean for the most part.
And how much horsepower did you say this thing had?
At the crank, it's 264 horse and 302 foot-pounds, I believe. I never have it dynoed, so I don't know exact wheel. But that's what the crank rating is.
Nice. And how much does this weigh?
Right around they're rated between 32 and 3,400 pounds.
Okay, nice.
So
it's not too bad.
No.
I always thought the Mustangs are heavier.
Yeah, they always get that impression, but they're not as heavy as Camaros. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I just looked up yesterday, and like the 2010 to like 13 Camaro was like 4,200 pounds with the V8. I'm like, oh.
They're boats. They're boats.
That's more than my Lexus.
Yep. Yeah, they're boats for sure.
All right, let's see how this thing sounds. out of all the cars you could have gotten, why'd you choose this one?
Let's see. My first car that I sold to get this one was a 2003 V6 Mustang. It was an auto. And I thought I was such a badass when I bought that car. I was like, wow, I got a Mustang now. Like, this is so cool. And it was clean. I took good care of it. It wasn't anything to brag about power-wise. It was not fast, but it was clean. It was a good-looking car. And I thought it was awesome when I bought that car because it was clean. Number one, like when I was a little kid, I'd always heard about Mustangs, and I knew about cars like a little bit.
Yeah.
But Mustangs, it was always like Mustangs, Corvettes, all those cars. I was like, those are cool cars. So when I had the option, my choices of my first car were that V6 Mustang or a Mitsubishi Eclipse GS.
Okay.
And I chose wisely.
Yeah,
so.
you did. Like, Eclipses are cool.
They are.
But they're not my cup of tea. I would have chosen Mustang too.
Yep.
I would have.
And rear-wheel drive, I've learned is far superior in my opinion.
Yes, I mean, because you learn about driving.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I don't think I will ever own another front-wheel drive car unless it's like a Volkswagen or something that's really good handling. But as for like a normal front-wheel drive car, nah, like, I'm good. Like, I have my rear-wheel drive Lexus, and I'm learning a lot about driving rear-wheel drive cars. Even though that car is like a big, heavy luxury car, you still learn a lot.
Oh yeah, you do. And every car handles differently.
Right. So, besides Ford, what is your favorite brand?
I really love Nissans.
Nissans, really?
Like, as much of a domestic American car guy I am, I would totally own a 240.
Really?
Like, I would love a Japanese car, like, built, stanced out, all of that. For some reason, that really appeals to me, which is funny, because a lot of American car guys talk about how that's such a joke. Probably because I have friends that are in that scene, too.
Yeah.
And I respect all kinds of cars. Like, no matter your build, if you're in it for power, if you're in it for a show car, like, eventually I want to have a show car out of this car.
Right.
That sort of thing.
Okay.
Like, that's probably what I would do.
Nice. Me personally, I'm a huge European car fan.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes it gets on my nerves a little bit when people always tell me I should VIP out my Lexus. That's not my style.
Yeah.
Like, you know how the Europeans, like, it's really clean and tasteful.
Right.
It just looks so clean when you see them.
It's different though if you do that sort of modification to it.
Right, and that's why I don't want to like VIP, because I'm a European car fan. That's not what I like.
Right.
I like things to be clean. Favorite brand is Nissan. I didn't take you for a Nissan lover like that.
I could be. I totally could be. I could, like, if I wasn't into the American scene as much as I am, like with a Mustang and all that, I would totally have a 240 or a 300ZX or something like that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, okay, what's your opinion on the new Mustangs?
Okay, it's kind of funny. When they first came out, like when they first started talking about them, showing pictures and like previews and stuff, I didn't really like it because my first impression was that's a Ford Fusion.
Yeah, they made it look like a straight up Ford Fusion.
And I was a little upset because it took away the aggressive side of it, I thought.
Yeah.
But
once you start seeing them on the road.
Exactly. The first time I saw one on the street,
I was like, oh!
Exactly what happened. I saw one driving down the road and I was like, oh shit, that's a new Mustang. And I was like, that's way cleaner than they looked in pictures and stuff.
Definitely.
And at that moment, they really grew on me. And I like what they did. I like how they combined lines. There are like some nice solid lines on the front end, especially.
Yeah, I love the back end on those.
Oh yeah.
Especially the GT Performance Pack with the 19s tucked under there. Oh
it's
man.
It's solid what they did.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm really liking it. It grew on me. But
you know what? I might talk about how big of a European car fan I am.
Yeah.
But I always love Mustangs. I've always loved Mustangs. Like,
they're awesome cars.
I loved did you ever see like when they brought Knight Rider back in like 07 or something? They had the GT500 KR or whatever. That supercharger wine just was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I love Mustangs. Like, I always have. I don't own one just because. We talked about this earlier on our way out here. The older ones, they don't fit me well enough. Like, the seat doesn't go back far enough. It just feels like I needed to go back a little bit more, and it just doesn't. So it's just like it wouldn't be worth my time to buy one because I wouldn't be very comfortable. But I mean, once I lose more weight, then things will change. But until then,
well, you got a goal.
Yeah. But you know what I mean, like. But until then, it's just like, the only Mustang I'll have is the new one. But those are too common.
Right.
Everybody has one. Around here has one.
It's true. A lot of people have them now. They're kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of the EcoBoosts. EcoBoosts are really popular.
EcoBoosts and V6s.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think the EcoBoost is even that impressive. I think they should have made the EcoBoost the base motor and popped the V6 up like the Camaro did.
I think they should have
the Camaro was onto something when they did that. Because you know the horsepower on this year's V6 and last year's V6 is different. Mm-hmm. They actually detuned it for this new body style. It was 320 something, now it's only 300 even. And the EcoBoost,
crank.
Yeah, at the crank. So it's just like, why'd you guys do that? You guys could have gotten, if you guys had 320 before, you guys could have did a little bit more building on it and got it up to like 350 or so.
Right.
And put the EcoBoost, like, just do the 2-liter turbo, do an EcoBoost at like 260 or 70 horsepower, something like that. But people are like, oh yeah, you could just tune it up. But I'm like, sometimes that voids the warranty though. Like, I'm just talking about like out of the box performance.
From the factory.
Yes. And I honestly think, I know Stang people are gonna get pissed off at me at this, but Camaro does it right.
It's true.
They do, especially with this new range. So like the new Camaro V6 is 335 horsepower. Yeah. And you can get all the same stuff you can get on like on the SS. You can get like high performance brake. You can get the dual exhaust performance exhaust from GM. You can get just all sorts of stuff from factory. And Mustang does not offer none of that. No. You have to like go in there after the fact and buy all this stuff. And I think it'd be nice to have that stuff on there come from the factory. Yeah.
I've actually driven one of the new V6 Camaros. It was either 2014 or 2015 V6. A buddy of mine picked one up, and I got to drive it, and 6-speed manual and everything, and it's fast. Like,
they're really fast.
It surprised me.
Yeah, it shocks me every time I drive them.
It's just kind of underwhelming because it's a muscle car, but it's in a little V6. Yeah. And it's incredible what they pumped out of it. So you do have a point. They did it right with the Camaros. They really did.
Yeah, like, and I just think that with this new Camaro, even better than the last one. Like, they kind of outdone the Mustang now. Yeah. And I think the Mustang needs to go back to the drawing board, even though they just redid it. I ain't gonna say no knocking the Mustang, because the new Mustang is sick. Right. But they need to go and step the game up a little bit more. Maybe add some more lightweight parts like they did on the F-150. If the Mustang lost more weight, it'd be better. Yeah. Because it'd be lighter, it'd feel lighter on its feet. And it'd wipe the Camaro away. Yep. But the one thing too, the Challenger though, you got to bring that up. You can't talk about those other two without talking about the Challenger. Yeah. The Challenger is the last muscle car. Yeah. There's no, like, the Camaro is a sports car. The Mustang's a sports car. I think the Challenger should lose some weight. It is a boat. It is it's a turbocharger. If any of them are, it's the Challenger. Yeah, and you know what? And I think Chrysler has done pretty well with the transmissions and the way they set it up, because the Challenger, I don't know if you've ever been in one of the newer Challenger V6s, but those are kind of fast too. Really? Yeah, they are. They do 0 to 60 in like 6 seconds or something like that. That's pretty good. For as heavy as it is. Yeah, that's really good. But it has that 8-speed ZF transmission that makes it quick. They just dialed that thing up really well. And I think the Mustang needs to get something better option like that too. So I talked about this in the new Mustang GT video. I think they should add like a dual clutch transmission or something like that to the Mustangs to make them even more competitive with the other companies. So like the new Mustang V6 automatic transmission is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I drove one for about 200, 300 miles over the summer. The paddle shifters are super responsive. Yeah, like in the upshifts, it's like, I'm like, okay, Stang. You really but like, if they added something even faster, oh my God, that'd put the Mustang into another league. Oh yeah. I feel like Ford tries to keep things classic as much as they can. Yeah, and I think they need to stop holding back. Yeah. I can see that. They're playing games. They could do better. I think the EcoBoost Mustang was a big step for them. Yeah. Going from, the original Mustang with a straight 6, that sort of thing. Yeah. And now, actually, to be honest, I was a little frustrated when I found out that they were doing a EcoBoost Mustang. I was like, come on, like, it's a muscle car. It doesn't deserve a 4-cylinder turbocharged motor. Right. But
after seeing what it does,
yeah,
I kind of respect it a little bit more.
yeah, it's pretty good.
I think that was Ford's real first attempt at moving forward with the Mustang.
Right.
Modernizing it a little bit more.
Yeah, and making it look more like the Fusion.
Yeah.
Giving it a little more cutting edge styling.
Yeah.
And getting rid of that classic Mustang setup.
A little more aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they changed suspension up on it, that was big for them.
Oh yeah.
They had to do that though.
Yep.
If they would have kept the same old suspension setup as they were before, they have to stop making the Mustang because nobody would buy it.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have changed.
No.
At all.
All right, I'd like to give a special thank you to my friend Chad here for coming out with the Mustang.
Absolutely.
And we'll see you again.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.